Assalamualaikum. I am Talat Suhail. I welcome you all to Virtual University's program on personality psychology. Dear students, today is our lecture number 28, and in this lecture number 28, we'll be beginning with a new theory, that is factor analytic trait theory of personality, given to us by Raymond Cattell. We'll be talking about this theory in detail. It's a very complex theory, a lengthy theory. There are certain constructs which are new in it, and very important thing, Cattell is trying to measure personality quantitatively using a statistical procedure called factor analysis. And factor analysis is a statistical technique used in studying traits, that is mental structures. और Cattell के लिए a specific factor is equivalent to a trait. Before going and talking about this theory in detail, let us recap what we did in lecture number 27. जनाब lecture number 27 में we were talking about Gordon Allport's trait theory of personality, और अभी इसमें summary और evaluation was left over when we ended with our lecture. So first of all we'll recap it. Then we'll go through the summary and evaluation part, and then begin with the new theory. So let us recap what we did in lecture number 27. जनाब lecture number 27 में it was Gordon Allport's trait theory of personality. A trait is what accounts for the more permanent, enduring features of our behavior, that is, generalized action tendencies. The traits have certain characteristics. Number one, a trait has more than nominal existence. A trait is more generalized than a habit. Number three, a trait is dynamic or at least determinative in behavior. Number four, a trait's existence may be established empirically. Number five, a trait is only relatively independent of other traits. Number six, a trait is not similar with moral or social judgment. Number seven, a trait may be viewed in light of either the personality that contains it or its distribution in the population at large. Number eight, acts or even habits that are inconsistent with the trait are not proof of the non-existence of the trait. Dear students, as far as Gordon Allport's trait theory of personality is concerned, traits are predispositions, how an individual responds to different stimuli in the environment. उसके बाद हमने देखा he gave 8 characteristics of the traits. उसके बाद we went through the biographical sketch. हमने ये देखा what is personality for Gordon Allport. Then he gave us a criteria for judging an adequate personality theory, which are 5. Then he gave us the concepts related to traits. His focus was on cardinal traits, central traits, and of course secondary traits. So cardinal, central, secondary traits were his main focus. Then he gave an 8-stage developmental sequence that starts at birth and goes up till adulthood. And during this 8-stage developmental sequence, which begins at birth and goes up till adulthood, the concept of self or the self proprium develops. उसके बाद जनाब हमने आपसे बात की थी फंक्शनल ऑटोनॉमी की. देन ही यूज्ड द स्टडी ऑफ वैल्यूज, और स्टडी ऑफ वैल्यूज में ही ट्राई टू एक्सप्लोर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ वैल्यूज दैट पीपल हैव. और 6 वैल्यूज के ऊपर गॉर्डन ऑलपॉट का फोकस था. थ्योरेटिकल वैल्यू पे, इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू पे, एस्थेटिक वैल्यू पे, सोशल वैल्यू पे, पॉलिटिकल वैल्यू, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द रिलीजियस वैल्यू. The summary and the evaluation part is the one which we have to cover, finish, and then begin with the new theory. So, summary of Gordon Allport's trait theory of personality. Number 1, Allpott's trade theory represents humanistic approach to the study of human behavior. Number 2, Allpott regarded the trade as the most valid unit of analysis for understanding and studying personality. In his system, trades are predisposition to various kinds of stimuli. Trades account for a behavioral consistency over time and across situations. They may be classified under cardinal, central, or secondary according to the degree of their pervasiveness within a personality. So, dear students, we are talking to you about summary of Gordon Allpott's theory. सबसे पहली चीज, it is a humanistic theory. The focus is on positive potentials, the growth tendency within a personality. दूसरी चीज, the focus is on traits as ways or let's say predispositions how an individual responds to different stimuli. तीसरी अहम चीज जो इसी में बताई जा रही है कि Allpott tried to classify trade according to the degree of pervasiveness, according to the degree of importance and their prevalence, और उसमें उसका फोकस है कार्डिनल, सेंट्रल और सेकेंडरी ट्रेड्स पे. Number 3, the overall construct that unify traits and provide direction for the person's life is termed the proprium. This concept essentially refers to the self, including all aspects of personality that contribute to an inward sense of unity. Number 4, another of Allpott's personality concepts, his best known and most controversial, is that of functional autonomy. Allpott further distinguished between preservative functional autonomy, which consists of feedback mechanisms in the nervous system, and appropriate functional autonomy. The latter allows for the development of the truly mature person. Number 5, one useful application of Allpott's theory, the study of values, is a self-report personality test. It assesses the relative strength of each of 6 basic values in the individual's life: theoretical, economic, aesthetic, social, political, and religious. Persons can be characterized by their dominant value orientation or by their particular patterns of values. We have used this scale extensively with students in our country, and the values of aesthetic, economic are there in females, while social and political are there in males. Evaluation. Number 1, Allpott's profound disagreements with the psychoanalytic and behavioral concepts of human nature are clearly evident in his basic assumptions. Number 2, while trait theory has stimulated almost no research in support of its core concepts. Dear students, we are talking to you about summary of Allpott's theory. हमने कहा traits are predisposition to respond to different stimuli. Then he is talking about types of traits, cardinal, central, secondary, as they are pervasive, as according to the degree of pervasiveness in the personality. Number 3, he is talking about functional autonomy, and this functional autonomy very much is guarantees the survival of the individual. फिर जनाब he is talking about study of values, and this is a personality test which measures 6 different types of personality values and their concentration in an individual. और ये एक अच्छा personality test है. It's very much available in our universities and it's very much used, और उसमें से क्योंकि it is being extensively used in our culture, जब आप इस टेस्ट को ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो आपको देखने में ये मिला कि एस्थेटिक और इकोनॉमिक वैल्यूज़ लड़कियों में ज़्यादा निकलती हैं, जबकि सोशल और पॉलिटिकल वैल्यूज़ जो है वो लड़कों में ज़्यादा निकलती है. यानी लड़के बहुत सोशल होते हैं और सियासत पे गुफ्तगू करना या उनके अंदर सियासी शऊर शायद लड़कियों के मुकाबले में ज़्यादा होता है. As far as the evaluation of the theory is concerned, this theory is it disagrees with number 1 with psychoanalysis. It's not near to psychoanalysis, sharply poles apart from psychoanalysis. Number 2, it disagrees with behavioral therapy as well. So आप कह सकते हैं purely a humanistic theory, purely a theory where the positive tendencies in the personality have been focused. इस थ्योरी के बारे में दूसरी इम्पोर्टेंट बात ये कि इसके जो कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं उनके ऊपर कोई रिसर्च नहीं हुई है. So it's lagging behind in the area of research. So a lot of concepts of Gordon Allport's theory have yet to be tested through empirical research data. So dear students, that is as far as our discussion of Gordon Allport's theory is concerned. जनाब ये वो हिस्सा था जो लेक्चर नंबर 27 में रह गया था. So we have covered that. Now let us begin with another theory. That is Raymond Cattell's फैक्टर एनालिटिक ट्रेड थ्योरी. जनाब ये एक मुश्किल थ्योरी है, कॉम्प्लेक्स है, डिटेल्ड है. विल ट्राई टू मेक इट एज इजियर फॉर यू एज पॉसिबल. मुश्किल से डरने की जरूरत नहीं है. मुश्किल से मुराद ये है कि इसमें थोड़े से जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं उनके एम्पिरिकल वैलिडेशन और एम्पिरिकलनेस के ऊपर बहुत फोकस किया गया. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, जब हम बात करते हैं रेमंड कैटल की और इस पर्टिकुलर थ्योरी की, तो इसका नाम, इफ यू फोकस ऑन द नेम, इट्स कॉल्ड फैक्टर एनालिटिक ट्रेड थ्योरी. सो फैक्टर एनालिसिस क्या है, ट्रेड क्या है, सबसे पहले तो ये देख लेंगे और उसके बाद विल टेक एन एग्जांपल एंड देन गो विद द कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स, एंड आफ्टर गोइंग थ्रू द कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स विल बिगिन विद. For Cattell, factor analysis is a method used to discover traits which he considered the building blocks of personality. An ability discovered in such a cluster is called a factor, and in Cattell's theory, the term factor is equated with the term trait. So, जनाब, factor analysis is a statistical procedure, and this statistical procedure is used in studying personality. और फैक्टर एनालिसिस के जरिए से जो एबिलिटी या जो खुसूसियत हमारे सामने आती है उसको नाम दिया है फैक्टर का. और गॉर्डन ऑलपोर्ट की थ्योरी में द फैक्टर इज इक्वेटेड विथ ट्रेट. अब ट्रेट क्या है? ट्रेट इज द बेसिक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक ऑफ द पर्सनैलिटी. और ये जो बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी है, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन कैटल्स पर्सनैलिटी थ्योरी. For Cattell, a trait is a mental structure, an inference that is made from observed behavior to account for regularity or consistency in this behavior. Example, Cattell's trait of hard work and attitude not to waste time is evident from the fact that he wrote some 300 professional articles and 20 books which were published in America, England, India, Japan, Australia, Africa. Dear students, we are talking to you about Gordon Allport's factor analytic theory. और हमने कहा कि फैक्टर एनालिसिस इज स्टैटिस्टिकल टेक्निक जिसके जरिए से कोई एबिलिटी जो हमारे सामने आती है उसको लेबल देते हैं फैक्टर का. और ये फैक्टर जो है दैट इज अ ट्रेड, एंड ट्रेड्स आर मेंटल स्ट्रक्चर्स, an inference that we gather about the consistent behavior patterns of an individual. और मैंने आपके लिए उसमें मिसाल दी गॉर्डन ऑलपोर्ट की अपनी ट्रेड की ऑफ हार्ड वर्क एंड एटीट्यूड नॉट टू वेस्ट टाइम. और ये रिफ्लेक्ट होता है, ये ट्रेड रिफ्लेक्ट होती है जब हम देखते हैं कि ही रोट सम 300 प्रोफेशनल आर्टिकल्स, जी 300 प्रोफेशनल आर्टिकल्स एंड सम 20 बुक्स. और ये सारी किताबें जो थी ये अमेरिका में, इंग्लिस्तान में, इंडिया में, जापान में, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, अफ्रीका में. ट्राई टू सी इन ऑल द 5 कॉन्टिनेंट्स, सारे कॉन्टिनेंट्स इसमें आ जाते हैं जहां ये छपी. सो दैट कैन शो यू दैट ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट हिज ट्रेड थ्योरी एंड ही इज ट्राइंग टू पॉपुलराइज इट. उसके बाद अगर आप इसी में देखते हैं तो यू हैव गॉट अनदर एग्जाम्पल एंड दैट इज कायद-ए-आज़म्स ट्रेड ऑफ ऑनेस्टी एंड ट्रुथफुलनेस, which is evident at every stage of the struggle for the Pakistan movement. So dear students, that is as far as the trade theory is concerned. Factor analytic trade theories, a little introduction is concerned. Now let us go through the core concepts. जनाब core concepts में सबसे पहले आपसे बात होगी factor analysis क्या है, biographical sketch देखेंगे, उसके बाद नेचर ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी देखेंगे. उसमें जनाब हम बात करेंगे आपसे ट्रेड्स की, बहुत सारी ट्रेड्स की, यूनिक ट्रेड्स की, कॉमन ट्रेड्स की, सरफेस ट्रेड्स की, सोर्स ट्रेड्स की, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ट्रेड्स की, environmental ट्रेड्स की, ability and temperament trades, and dynamic trades. So we'll be talking about some 8 trades with you in detail. जनाब उसके बाद ये देखेंगे कि जो डायनेमिक ट्रेड्स हैं, इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कैटेगरी ऑफ ट्रेड्स, और इसमें कैटल इज टॉकिंग अबाउट एटीट्यूड्स, अर्ग्स एंड सेंटिमेंट्स. और जब सेंटिमेंट्स की बात होगी तो उसमें सेल्फ सेंटिमेंट इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट वन जिस पे बात करेंगे आपके साथ. मेजर सोर्सेज ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी डाटा कहाँ से कलेक्ट करते हैं? व्हेन वी आर स्टडिंग पर्सनैलिटी वी कलेक्ट डाटा रिलेटेड टू पर्सनैलिटी. So there are 3 sources of this data collection. We'll be talking about L data or the life record data. We'll be talking about the Q data or the self-rating questionnaire. उसके बाद we'll talk about the T data or the objective test data. So these 3 sources combined together give us information about the person. ये 3 sources से जो information आपके पास आई जनाब, इसको Cattell is trying to put it in a equation form such as R is equal to F bracket S P into S. Now this R stands for reaction of the organism, F is the function, P is the person or personality of the individual, and S is the situation. So basically personality is that which permits a prediction of what a person will do in a given situation. So basically we are trying to study how an individual will behave in a given situation. उसके बाद जनाब डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी की आपसे बात होगी बड़ी डिटेल में. उसमें मोटिवेशन का रोल देखेंगे, उसमें लर्निंग का रोल देखेंगे. 3 टाइप्स ऑफ लर्निंग के ऊपर फोकस होगा, क्लासिकल, ऑपरेंट, इंटीग्रेटिव लर्निंग. Cattell is focusing on heredity and environment analysis. उसके बाद जनाब रिसर्च मेथड्स जिसके ऊपर बात होगी आपसे, आर टेक्निक की बात होगी, पी टेक्निक की बात होगी, 16 पर्सनैलिटी फैक्टर्स, 16 PF. This is a personality test which is used in studying academic success and failure. And this test, mind you, is being used heavily in measuring individuals academic success. और ये टेस्ट हमारे यहाँ अवेलेबल है और एक्सटेंसिवली इस्तेमाल होते हैं. देन विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट कल्चर फेयर इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट. जी, कैटल इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इंटेलिजेंस. जब हम बात करते हैं ना एबिलिटी ट्रेड्स की, तो एबिलिटी ट्रेड्स में सबसे अहम एबिलिटी जो है वो इंटेलिजेंस है. और इंटेलिजेंस की जब बात होती है तो Cattell has tried to classify fluid intelligence, crystalline intelligence. Fluid intelligence तो है आपका सारा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग बिहेवियर. कोई भी जो मसाइल आपके सामने आते हैं आप उन्हें किस तरह हल करते हैं. क्रिस्टलाइन इंटेलिजेंस जनाब बेसिकली फोकस करती है आपकी स्कूल अचीवमेंट पे, कि अगर आप स्कूल जाते हैं, अगर आप ज्यादा किताबें पढ़ते हैं तो फिर आपकी स्कूल अचीवमेंट जो होगी वो ज्यादा बेहतर होगी. सो इट्स फोकसिंग ऑन 2 टाइप्स ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस. जनाब बात होगी आपके लिए कैटल की फैक्टर एनालिटिक थ्योरी को समराइज करेंगे और इवैल्यूएट करेंगे. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट इज अ ट्रेड. The trade is by far the most important of Cattell's concept. For him, a trade is a mental structure and inference that is made from observed behavior to account for regularity or consistency in this behavior. Factor analysis is of course widely used as an everyday empirical tool by contemporary investigators. Other theorists working in this area of personality have also used this technique. Guilford, Burt, Thurston, Stephenson. Cattell's theory is by far the most comprehensive and fully developed theory of personality based on factor analysis, and therefore we need to acquaint ourselves briefly with the method of factor analysis itself. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब रेमंड कैटल्स फैक्टर एनालिटिक ट्रेड थ्योरी की, और हमने कहा ट्रेड्स आर मेंटल स्ट्रक्चर्स and these mental structures are analyzed using the factor analytic technique, और factor analytic technique से जो factor निकलता है उसको cattle is equating as a trait. और जब हम factor analysis की बात कर रहे हैं तो let us briefly acquaint ourselves what is factor analysis. Cattell's theory of personality is based on factor analysis. The cornerstone of factor analysis is the concept of correlation. When two things vary together, they are said to be correlated. That is, there is a relationship between height and weight, because when one increases, the other will also tend to increase. The stronger the tendency for two variables to vary together, the stronger is the correlation between them. The strength of the relationship between the two variables is expressed mathematically by a correlation coefficient that can vary in magnitude from +1 to -1. A score of -1 indicates perfect negative correlation and +1 indicates strong positive correlation. Cattell's procedure was to measure a large number of individuals in as many ways as possible. That is, he records the everyday behavior of various individuals, such as how many accidents they have, the number of organizations to which they belong, and the number of social contacts they had. He calls the information gathered by such observations L data, and the L for life record, Q data, the Q for questionnaire information, and lastly the T data, the T for the test information. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है कि फैक्टर एनालिसिस की. हमने कहा फैक्टर एनालिसिस इज अ स्टैटिस्टिकल प्रोसीजर व्हिच डिपेंड्स ऑन कोरिलेशन व्हेन देयर आर टू वेरिएबल्स and one variable increases and along with it the other variable also increases. That is, as height is increasing, weight is also increasing. So we say the two variable have a relationship. Now we want to see, is it a positive relationship? अगर एक variable increase हो रहा है और उतनी ही quantity में दूसरा variable भी increase हो रहा है, तो then there is a strong positive correlation. When one variable is increasing and the other is decreasing, there is a negative correlation. Now this correlation coefficient is expressed in +1 to -1 range. यानी correlation coefficient हमेशा +1 या -1 के दरमियान रहेगा, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, or either with a plus sign or with a negative sign. Plus sign is showing a positive relationship between the variables. A negative sign is showing a negative relationship between the variables. Dear students, we are talking to you about factor analysis. अब कैटल ने ये किया कि he used a number of sources. सबसे पहले उसने ये किया, उसने a number of measures इस्तेमाल किए, जिसमें सबसे पहला measure था L measure, which is the life record. That is how many accidents an individual has, how many clubs an individual has joined, how many organization he works for. So that is his L data or the life record data. दूसरी information, a number of psychological tests were given. So इससे जो information मिलेगी, that is Q data. So self-reporting questionnaire or the Q data. तीसरी चीज, that is called the T data or the test information. ऐसा टेस्ट, ऐसे मेजर्स जो इस्तेमाल हों जो पर्सनैलिटी के बारे में बताएं, that is the T data. Now these three sources of information were used, the L data, the Q data, the T data. So first step is to get as much information as possible. Step number 2. The next step is to intercorrelate all of the test scores, creating correlational matrix. In this matrix, clusters of correlations are searched. Such a search is called cluster analysis. An ability discovered in such a cluster is called a factor, and in Cattell's theory, the term factor is equated with the term trait. And for Cattell, factor analysis is a method used to discover traits which he considers the building blocks of personality. The procedure in Cattell's factor analytic trait theory can be summarized as follows. Number 1, measure a large number of people in variety of ways. Number 2, correlate performance on each measure with performance on every other measure. This creates a correlational matrix. Number 3, determine how many factors, traits need to be postulated in order to account for the various intercorrelation clusters found in this correlational matrix. Dear students, we are talking to you about factor analysis. हमने कहा सबसे पहले तो use a number of measures to get a variety, to use a variety of ways to get as much information about the individual as possible. पहला स्टेप आपका ये है. स्टेप नंबर 2, वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन जो आपको इन मेजर से मिल रही है, कोरिलेट देम एंड क्रिएट ए कोरिलेशन मैट्रिक्स. वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन को कोरिलेट करें एंड क्रिएट ए कोरिलेशनल मैट्रिक्स. नंबर 3, इस कोरिलेशनल मैट्रिक्स में से देखिए कि कौन से फैक्टर्स और कौन सी ट्रेड्स और कौन से क्लस्टर्स निकल रहे हैं ट्रेड्स के. So this will help you in locating, in finding, in pinpointing these specific factors, these specific clusters of factors or trades that are there. क्योंकि याद रखिएगा कैटल के लिए फैक्टर से मुराद है एक ट्रेड. So that is as far as factor analysis is concerned. Now let us go through a very brief biographical sketch. Kettle was born in Staffordshire in England in 1905. His childhood was a happy one with huge number of activities as exploring, swimming and sailing. England entered in World War I when Kettle was 9 years old, and it had a major effect on his life. He saw hundreds of wounded soldiers being treated in a nearby house which was converted into a hospital. Kettle studied psychology at the University of London, from where he did his master's and PhD. From 1938 to 1941, Kettle was professor of genetic psychology at Clark University. In 1941, he moved to Harvard, and in 1945, at the age of 40, Kettle moved to University of Illinois as a research professor and director of the Laboratory of Personality and Group Analysis. In 1953, he received a prize given by the New York Academy of Sciences, and he held Darwin Fellowship for Genetic Research. In 1973, he moved to Colorado and worked there at a research institute. Janab, Kettle's biographical sketch tells us two things about him. Number 1, he had a very pleasant childhood. Number 3, he visited a number of universities before coming to Colorado and beginning his work over there. एक और बहुत अहम इन्फ्लुएंस जो हमें उस पर नजर आता है वो है कि ड्यूरिंग वर्ल्ड वॉर I, when he saw a huge number of soldiers who were suffering through physical injuries, he had a direct exposure to see a misery from a very close quarter. और वहां पे उसे बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग काम करते हुए नजर आए who had a trade of dedication and service in them. तो आप कह सकते हैं कि उसके अंदर ये एक्सप्लोर करने का ट्रेड्स के बारे में there was an inbuilt interest in him right as a child. जनाब, जहां तक बात उसके बायोग्राफिकल स्केच की है, एक बात जो आप ध्यान में रखिएगा वो ये कि he wrote some 300 professional articles, some 20 books, and that can show you that he had the trade of hard work and not to waste time. He was an individual who was working around the clock. So, dear students, that is as far as his biographical sketch is concerned. Now, let us go through his structure of trades. The system of constructs proposed by Kettle is among the most complex of any of the theories. The trade is by far the most important of Kettle's concept, except perhaps for Gordon Allport. Kettle has considered this concept and its relation to other psychological variables in greater detail than any other current theorist. For him, a trade is a mental structure, an inference that is made from observed behavior to account for regularity or consistency in this behavior. Dear students, we are talking to you about trades, और हम यहाँ पे एक बात क्लियर कर दें कि it was Kettle. For Kettle, trades are the most important thing. They are the building blocks of your personality. And he is talking about some 8 types of trades. सबसे पहले, let us talk about unique traits and common traits. The traits that are shared by all people of the community are common traits, and traits which characterize the single individual are unique traits. The kind of factor analysis used in which many subjects are measured on many variables and their scores intercorrelated is called the R technique. And the kind of factor analysis that traces the strength of several traits over a period of time for the same individual is the P technique. Dear students, we are talking to you about unique traits, about common traits. Common traits तो वो हैं जो एक कम्युनिटी में पाई जाए, यानी पूरी पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी में जो ट्रेड्स पाई जाएंगे उसे आप कॉमन ट्रेड्स कहेंगे. और ये कॉमन ट्रेड्स जो हैं ये मेजर होती हैं थ्रू द टेक्निक आर. सो आर टेक्निक फॉर मेजरिंग कॉमन ट्रेड्स ऑफ कम्युनिटी. यूनिक ट्रेड, अ ट्रेड विच इज देयर इन जस्ट वन इंडिविजुअल और रिपीटेडली आप जब उसे मेजर करते हैं तो वो ट्रेड निकलती है. और उसको मेजर करने की जो टेक्निक है उसे पी टेक्निक Kettle is talking about. Let's take an example. Common traits. The Pakistanis love to buy very expensive imported products. Unique traits. Ali is a young boy who loves to buy Pakistani products. So dear students, we have given you an example कि पाकिस्तानी community वो है जो foreign products, imported products खरीदने की एक trade रखती है, जबकि Ali, a Pakistani, a young boy, loves to buy only Pakistani products. He doesn't want to buy imported products. He want to buy Pakistani products. तो अब वो जो कम्युनिटी ट्रेड्स को मेजर करने का तरीका दैट इज आर टेक्निक, और वो जो एक इंडिविजुअल की ट्रेड को मेजर करने का तरीका दैट इज पी टेक्निक. Let us talk about surface trades and source trades. So third and fourth is surface trades and source trades. Surface trades, which represent clusters of manifest or overt variables that seem to go together. Source trades, which represent underlying variables that enter into the determination of multi-surface manifestations. Thus, if we find a number of behavioral events that seem to go together, we may prefer to consider them as one variable. In a medical setting, this would be referred to as a syndrome, but here it is labeled as a surface trait. Source traits, on the other hand, are identified only by means of factor analysis, which permits the investigator to estimate the variables or factors that are the basis of surface behavior. बात आपसे हो रही है ना surface traits की, source traits की. Surface traits तो हैं जी आपके overt behaviors. वो behavior जो मुझे नजर आ रहे हैं उनको हम लेबल करते हैं as surface traits. And underlying these, that is the basis, the causes of these surface traits is source traits. जनाब जब भी आप बात करेंगे surface और source traits की, याद रखिएगा surface traits are your observable overt behavior patterns. एक इंडिविजुअल है वो बातें बहुत करता है तो उसका overt behavior pattern is very talkative. So the surface trait is a talkative person. Now underlying this surface trait is the cause, the source trait. Why a person is very talkative? Is it that that person is in the communication, is in a field where he has to communicate a lot, where he has to meet a lot of people? So the cause of his talkative trait or behavior. So जनाब unique traits हुई, common traits हुई, surface traits हुई, source traits हुई. Let us talk about another category of traits, or let's take an example of surface and source traits. Surface traits, overt behavior, mannerism, speech and way of dressing up. Source traits, the basis of surface traits. Example, the surface traits of political leader includes overt behavior, mannerism, speech and way of dressing up. Source traits will form the basis of his surface traits. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, हमने कहा कि एक पॉलिटिकल लीडर का अवर्ट बिहेवियर, उसकी ड्रेसिंग अप, उसकी स्पीच, उसके डिफरेंट मैनरिज्म्स आर द वंस व्हिच मेक अप हिज सरफेस ट्रेट्स. Now, why is dressing up specifically, why is using a particular set of mannerisms is because of his source traits, and that is the cause that he is a politician. He got to dress up in a way, he got to have particular mannerisms, he got to be behaving in a way which is somehow attractive to the people. Let us talk about another two sets of traits. One is constitutional traits and the other is environmental traits. तो जनाब अभी तक आपने बात की यूनिक ट्रेड्स की, कॉमन ट्रेड्स की, सरफेस ट्रेड्स की, सोर्स ट्रेड्स की. अब बात करते हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ट्रेड की और environmental traits की. Source traits are those that are the underlying causes of our behavior. He feels that most people have about 16 source traits. Some source traits are genetically determined and are called constitutional traits. Other source traits are shaped by one's culture and are called environmental traits. Example, some source traits are genetically determined and are called constitutional. Males have stronger and tougher way of doing things. Other source traits are shaped by one's culture and are called environmental mold traits. Females usually are softer and they speak softly. Dear students, we are talking to you about constitutional traits and about environmental traits. वो traits जो कि आपकी genes determine करती हैं, they are labeled as constitutional traits. वो ट्रेड्स जो आपका कल्चर मोल्ड करता है उन्हें आप इन्वायरमेंटल मोल्ड ट्रेड कहते हैं. मसलन हमने कहा कि एक है जेनेटिकली डिटर्मिन्ड जिनको आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ट्रेड्स कह रहे हैं, एक है जिनको कल्चर और इन्वायरमेंट कर रहा है और उसे आप इन्वायरमेंटल ट्रेड्स कह रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मेल्स आर जेनेटिकली स्ट्रोंगर एंड जब आप कहते हैं जेनेटिकली स्ट्रोंगर तो उनकी जो जिस एनवायरनमेंट में भी वो जा रहे हैं और आ रहे हैं उनका एक एग्रेसिव, एक बोल्ड किस्म का मैनरिज्म है. और फीमेल्स ऑन दी अदर साइड कल्चर का इम्पैक्ट किया है उनके ऊपर कि दे बिहेव सॉफ्टली एंड दे आर यूजुअली सॉफ्ट स्पोकन. नंबर 7, एबिलिटी और टेम्परामेंट ट्रेट्स. और उसके बाद बात करेंगे जनाब डायनेमिक ट्रेट्स की. तो एबिलिटी क्या है, टेम्परामेंट क्या है ये देखेंगे और डायनेमिक ट्रेट्स क्या है. Cattell also distinguishes among ability, temperament and dynamic traits. Ability traits determine how well a task is performed. The most important ability trait is intelligence, of which Cattell describes two types. Fluid intelligence is general problem solving ability and is thought to be genetically determined. Crystalline intelligence is the accumulated knowledge of the kind learned in school and is thus gained through experience. Temperament traits are constitutional and determine a person's emotional makeup. Dynamic traits are those that set the person in motion towards a goal. In other words, they determine a person's motivational makeup. Cattell distinguishes two categories of dynamic traits, ergs and meta-ergs. Ergs are roughly equivalent to instincts, biological needs or primary needs. Meta-ergs are learned derives divided into sentiments and attitudes. Sentiments are predisposition to act in certain ways to classes of objects or events. Attitudes are specific responses to specific objects or events. Since ergs are at the core of one's motivational patterns, sentiments are said to be subsidiary to ergs, and since attitudes are dependent on sentiments, attitudes are said to be subsidiary to sentiments. Cattell describes the relationship among ergs, sentiments and attitudes in what he calls the dynamic lattice. Dear students, we are talking to you about number 7, ability and temperament traits, और उसके बाद dynamic traits. इन दोनों को डिस्कस करते हैं. The ability और temperament traits के ऊपर सबसे ज़्यादा कैटल का फोकस है. Ability refers to your intelligence. और जब इंटेलिजेंस की बात आती है तो दो तरह की इंटेलिजेंस की बात आती है, फ्लूइड इंटेलिजेंस, क्रिस्टलाइन इंटेलिजेंस. Fluid intelligence is your general problem solving ability and crystalline intelligence is what you learn through school, books, teachers and other sources. Temperament क्या है जनाब? Temperament है आपका mood और temperament is constitutionally, genetically determined और temperament is the emotional or let's say the sentiment or the feeling part of you. सो आपका जो इमोशनल मेकअप है, आपके जो सेंटिमेंट्स हैं वो बनते हैं टेम्परामेंट ट्रेट से. Another important thing and that is dynamic traits. जनाब जब dynamic traits की बात आएगी तो इसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें. सबसे पहली चीज़ है erg. Ergs are your biological drives. ये जो term erg है ये हमने physics से borrow की हुई है. It's not among the terminology of psychology. और erg वहाँ पे भी force के तौर पे इस्तेमाल हो रही है और यहाँ पे भी it's a biological drive within the individual. So this biological drive is equivalent to instinct. दूसरा हमारे पास जो पार्ट है वो है that is meta erg. और जो meta erg है it can be divided into sentiments and attitudes. जनाब sentiments तो है feeling part और attitude है आपका response, आपका reaction towards an object, towards an individual, towards an event. आपको कोई इवेंट या ऑब्जेक्ट अच्छा लगता है या नहीं अच्छा लगता है, ये तो आपका एटीट्यूड है जिसके 3 पार्ट्स होंगे, जिसमें कॉग्निटिव कंपोनेंट होगा, बिहेवियरल होगा, इफेक्टिव हो. सेंटिमेंट्स जो हैं द फीलिंग पार्ट, डू यू लाइक इट, और अगर लाइक इट टू व्हाट एक्सटेंट डू यू लाइक इट, डू यू डिसलाइक इट, और अगर डिसलाइक इट टू व्हाट एक्सटेंट डू यू डिसलाइक इट. अब Cattell is trying to describe this relationship between ergs, that is biological motives, sentiments and attitudes through a very important dynamic lectus, through a very complicated structure, जिसमें वो ये बताता है कि एक बायोलॉजिकल ड्राइव जो है उसके नीचे कई सेंटिमेंट्स हो सकते हैं, उसकी तरफ कई एटीट्यूड्स हो सकते हैं और एक ही सेंटिमेंट के लिए यू मे बी हैविंग अ नंबर ऑफ pathways. So he's talking dynamic lectus is actually trying to explain the relationship which exists between erg, sentiments and attitudes. उसके बाद जनाब बात आपसे करनी है जो बहुत ज़रूरी है and that is important dynamic traits. The important dynamic trait in Cattell's system are of 3 types: attitudes, ergs and sentiments. और sentiments में बात होगी आपसे self की. We will now examine these 3 kinds of dynamic traits. An attitude is a response of an individual to a situation or to an object. Ergs respond roughly to the biological based drives and sentiments are the acquired attitude structure and their relationship in the dynamic lectus and their role in conflict and adjustment will be discussed. बात आपसे हो रही है dynamic traits की और हमने ये कहा कि for Cattell 3 dynamic traits are very important: ergs, sentiments and attitudes. तो जब बात हो रही है डायनेमिक ट्रेड्स की तो उसमें सबसे पहली चीज है एटीट्यूड, फिर है जनाब सेंटिमेंट्स एंड देन अर्ग्स. अर्ग्स हैं जी आपके बायोलॉजिकल ड्राइव्स. आपको भूख लगती है, आपको प्यास लगती है, आप थक जाते हैं, दैट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू अर्ग. देन कम्स द एटीट्यूड पार्ट. An attitude is a response of an individual to a situation or object. Thus, the attitude of a young man, I want very much to marry a woman, indicates an intensity of interest. Want very much is a course of action. To marry towards an object, a woman. The attitude need not be verbally stated. Indeed, Cattell would prefer to measure the strength of the young man's interest by using a variety of devices, direct or indirect. These might include his rise in blood pressure to a picture of a bride, or his ability to remember items from a list of good and bad consequences of marrying, or his misinformation concerning the matrimonial prospects of a male in our society and so forth. The self is one of the most important sentiments, but an important one. Since nearly all attitudes tend to reflect the self-sentiment in greater or less degree, it in turn is linked to the expression of most of all of the ergs or the sentiments in an event. Sentiment or the system of sentiments focused around the self is considered by Cattell to play a crucial role in the integration of personality. By integrating the expression of the various ergs and sentiments is important. Dear students, we are talking to you about dynamic traits और हमने ये कहा कि dynamic traits में Cattell is focusing Number 1, on ergs, the biological drives or instincts. Number 2, on attitudes, that is a response towards an event or object or phenomena. Or sentiments, the feeling part, the acquired part of the attitude. और जब एक शख्स कहता है आई वेरी मच वॉन्ट टू मैरी अ वुमन, सो दैट रिफ्लेक्ट्स हिज एटीट्यूड एंड सेंटिमेंट. जनाब दूसरी अहम चीज जो हमने अभी जिक्र किया जिसका, वो है सेंटिमेंट ऑफ सेल्फ. फॉर कैटल सेल्फ इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, और सारे सेंटिमेंट्स जो हैं वो इस सेल्फ के गिर्द ही घूमते हैं. क्योंकि आप जब भी सेंटिमेंट की बात करते हैं, आई लाइक दिस, आई लाइक दैट, आई डोंट लाइक दिस, आई डोंट अप्रूव ऑफ दिस, सो द सेल्फ इज इम्पॉर्टेंट इन सेंटिमेंट. अब डायनेमिक लेक्टस इज एक्चुअली through help of diagram that Cattell is trying to explain how an erg, attitude and sentiment are related, or how under an erg different sentiments or attitudes are there and how they work. So that is as far as the important dynamic traits are concerned, which are ergs, attitudes and sentiments, reflected and described by a dynamic, बिल्कुल सही, dynamic lectus as given to us by Cattell. Now let us see the major sources of data about personality. In Cattell's view, there are three major sources of data about personality. Number 1, the life record or L data. Number 2, the self-rating questionnaire Q data. And number 3, the objective test or the T data. Number 1, L data may involve actual records of person's behavior in society, such as school records, court records, although in practice Cattell has usually substituted ratings by other persons who know the individual in real life setting. Number 2, self-rating or Q data by contrast involves the person's own statements about his or her behavior and thus can provide a mental interior to the external records yielded by the L data. Number 3, objective data. The T data is based on third possibility, the creation of special situations in which the person's behavior may be objectively scored. These situations may be paper and pencil tasks, or they may involve apparatus of various kinds. Dear students, we are talking to you about sources of data that have been used by Cattell in gathering information related to personality traits. और उसमें हमने कहा सबसे पहला है L data or the life record data, that is getting information about the person using different sources. His school record, his court record, his work record, and all the records, all the information or a variety of information we can get about the life of the individual, including asking those people who know the person. Number 2, the Q data or the questionnaire data source. Now that is a typical way where we see an individual is self-rating himself, getting the information about the individual's own behavior. So that is getting a mental interior to the L data record. उसके बाद ना तीसरी सोर्स हमारे पास है, and that third source is based on third possibility, that is putting the person in special situations or making the person take some special paper pencil type of test or using specially designed apparatus where to study his personality. Now these three sources of data are used by Cattell in generally locating the traits of personality. और जब ये traits locate होती हैं तो इनको locate करने के बाद इनकी intercorrelational matrix बनेगी और वहां से एक factor या एक cluster of factors निकलता है. और factor for Cattell is equated with what? It is equated with बिल्कुल सही trait, and that is the mental structure. And mental structures are the building blocks of personality for Raymond Cattell. Dear students, that is as far as our lecture number 28 is concerned. जनाब इसमें हमने आपके साथ आज बहुत सारी बातें की, काम की बातें की, दिलचस्प बातें की, जिसमें हमने देखा कि ट्रेड क्या है, ट्रेड के लिए जो तरीका मेजर करने के लिए कैटल ने हमें दिया वो है फैक्टर एनालिसिस। और फिर हमने ये देखा कि ही हैज गिवन अस अ वैरायटी ऑफ ट्रेड्स, ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट यूनिक ट्रेड्स, ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉमन ट्रेड्स, सरफेस ट्रेड्स, सोर्स ट्रेड्स। जनाब बात वो कर रहा है आपसे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ट्रेड्स की, इन्वायरमेंटल ट्रेड्स की बात आपसे हुई। उसके बाद जनाब डिटेल में आपके साथ बात हुई एबिलिटी और टेम्परामेंट ट्रेड्स की, और फिर हमने आपके साथ बात की डायनेमिक ट्रेड्स की, और इम्पॉर्टेंट डायनेमिक ट्रेड्स में बात की अर्ग्स की, एटीट्यूड्स की, सेंटिमेंट्स की। और ये जो अर्ग्स, एटीट्यूड्स और सेंटिमेंट्स हैं, इनको थ्रू बाय यूजिंग ए डायनेमिक लेक्टर्स कैटल इज ट्राइंग टू पुट देम इन फ्रंट ऑफ अदर्स. Janab, this is a very interesting theory. I hope you have enjoyed listening to it as much as I have enjoyed talking to all of you. Please go through the Word document and the PowerPoint slides that are available on the web page of this course, Personality Psychology. Take very good care of yourself and hope to see you soon in the next lecture. Up till the next lecture, it is Khuda Hafiz from Virtual University Studio.